King Dell, real name Shondell Adams, was a gang member from Chicago, Illinois. He was a member of a set called 50 Strong. 50 Strong predominantly consists of gangster disciples, and they are located in an area of Chicago nicknamed Back of the Yard / New City, with their territory starting from 50th to 51st and Morgan to Halstead. The gangster disciples and Black P Stones are bitter enemies, so naturally, 50 Strong predominantly beef with Black P Stone sets. They beef with GGE and Lowlife, but their biggest enemies are the Folly Boys. The Folly Boys are an alliance of 4 sets from the notorious Black P Stone neighborhood called Motown. King Dell had a notorious reputation in the streets for being a killer. His close associates publicly claimed online that Dell had killed 6 people during his life. At the time Dell was active, 50 Strong was in the middle of a horrific war with the Folly Boys that resulted in countless bloodshed on both sides and wreaked havoc on the streets of Chicago. 50 Strong and the Folly Boys were originally cool with one another, but a personal beef between 2 members would lead to all-out bloodshed. In 2009, a 50 Strong member named Kyer Brown and a man from Motown named Zachary Alamon got into it with each other. Rather than resolve the conflict, Kyer would resort to gunplay. On April 25, 2009, Zach was walking north in the 5200 block of South Carpenter Street at about 4:40 p.m. when a vehicle approached and a man exited its front passenger side with a gun. The gunman fired several shots at Zach while chasing him on Carpenter, then returned to the vehicle that fled south. Zach was shot multiple times and was pronounced dead at about 6:45 p.m. that day at the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. 50 Strong member Kyer would be arrested and ultimately sentenced to 55 years in prison for this murder. Zach's death would lead to all-out warfare between 50 Strong and Motown / the Folly Boys, and King Dell would soon find himself right in the middle of it. In September of 2009, a man from Motown named Little Derek, real name Derek Williams, was standing outside in the 5200 block of South Carpenter Street when a gunman pulled up and shot him in the head. He was rushed to Stroger Hospital, where he was officially pronounced dead at just 22 years old. It is widely rumored that King Dell was allegedly the one responsible for this. As the war went on, King Dell would continue to kill. On April 15, 2010, a member of the Folly Boys named B. Lovett, real name DeAndre Morgan, was pushing his baby son in a stroller with his girlfriend in the Back of the Yards neighborhood around 11 p.m. when they walked past a parked car. As they walked past the car, someone inside the car began shooting and struck B. Lovett multiple times. He would be pronounced dead at just 18 years old. It is widely rumored that King Dell was allegedly involved in this murder. Following B. Lovett's death, the Folly Boys were hungry for payback. Shortly after this, they made an attempt on Dell's life, but Dell survived after only getting shot in the leg. However, the Folly Boys wouldn't stop, and they would end up eventually killing a beloved member of 50 Strong. On December 28, 2011, a 50 Strong member named Duggo, real name Jules Selvey, was sitting on a porch in the Back of the Yards neighborhood when a silver-colored SUV with tinted windows pulled up and someone inside fired shots. Duggo was shot in the head and was taken to Stroger Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at just 19 years old. He was allegedly killed by members of the Folly Boys. Duggo was not only a beloved member of 50 Strong, he was also King Dell's best friend, so payback was guaranteed. To make things even worse, members of the Folly Boys would diss Duggo in songs.
Can't smoke no more, or I'ma be feeling like Duggo when he got hit in the shit. That bulldog made his ass flip.
Following Duggo's death, King Dell would allegedly kill 2 members of the Folly Boys at once in a horrific mass shooting. On June 8, 2012, a group of Folly Boys members were standing in front of a house on the 5100 block of South May Street at about 4:40 p.m. when 2 men approached them and started shooting. 5 people in total were shot. All 5 were rushed to the hospital, but 2 of them would be pronounced dead. The other 3 survived their injuries. The two that died were Kamikaze Mozzie, real name Rayshawn Stephanie, and Zio, real name Mario Jackson. It is widely rumored that King Dell was allegedly one of the gunmen in this double homicide. These deaths enraged the Folly Boys, but especially a member named Scrap. Scrap would become so enraged that he committed to killing King Dell at all costs, no matter the consequences. The deaths of Mozzie and Zio made Scrap committed to killing King Dell, and he allegedly told someone his plans. Scrap allegedly told the person that he knew he might not make it back from his mission and that he loved them and to take care of his kids for him. Following this conversation, Scrap would go on a suicide mission to take King Dell's life. On June 10, 2012, Scrap and another Folly Boys member went to 50 Strong's territory wearing masks and armed with an AK-47 and other unknown weapons. A large group of 50 Strong members, including King Dell, were out there playing basketball. Despite being greatly outnumbered, Scrap and the co-offender opened fire on the group, but aimed primarily for Dell. Dell was struck multiple times by the AK-47 and died on the scene. The 50 Strong members returned fire and shot Scrap multiple times, including in the head. The second shooter that did this with Scrap was able to flee the scene and escape in his vehicle. While Scrap was dead on the ground, the group of 50 Strong members walked up to him, ripped off his mask, and kicked and stomped on his body. One of them would later go on to post a photo of themselves holding Scrap's mask. Despite knowing that he was facing certain death, Scrap still carried out his mission to kill King Dell and ultimately was successful. Man, Chicago is a crazy place. RIP to everyone who passed away in this video. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comment section, and please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.